Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Davis from Drone Camps RC. I have something new here today. It is one of the cheaper China drones that we've had come in this year, but it has something special and something different on this one. This one is from our friends over at GearBest. You can check out the link below. It's sub $100 and it has brushless motors on here. Some of the other ones that we've gotten have had brushed motors on here and they're just not as powerful. These are probably 4 to 5 times more powerful than the brushed cousin of this one, the earlier version. So this is going to give you tons more power, tons more lifting capability. You can probably put a GoPro on the bottom of this. If you're looking for something that's similar to the Phantom 2, this is very, very similar, and it has some of the same lifting capabilities as a Phantom 2. So you're going to get quite a bit of power out of this. It is called the X16. On the top it says Typhoon. It doesn't have GPS on here. It has sort of a faux GPS little antenna on here. Kind of cute, but it does come with a 3S battery, 2200 milliamp. That's going to get you a little over 10 minutes flight time. We'll test that in the field coming up next. But you also get a 4 GB mini SD card that goes in the bottom of your camera, and we can record video and photos. 2 sets of props, tools for taking your nuts on your top of your props on and off, a screwdriver, an Allen wrench, your flight controller, and your charger. This is your 3S battery charger that comes along with your AC adapter. Now if you get the European version, make sure you pick one of these up on Amazon. This is to convert it over to the US version of our plugs for AC adapters. So grab one of those, and it also comes with your instruction manual. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go outside and I'll show you some of the flight footage and we'll do a real-time review of the X16. Okay guys, here we are with the X16. I'm going to do a real quick flight demo for you. I've got my Mobius cam on the bottom of here and it is recording. I have this credit card style gimbal in here because I really wasn't feeling the video that we were getting from the stock camera on there. I'm going to show you how to do that later in this video when we get back to the studio. But for now, let's go ahead and fly since I'm recording already. So here we go. I'll go ahead and arm it down and out to the side. That turns it on. And you see the LEDs on the bottom of here, really nice. And keep in mind that GPS on the top of the quadcopter is fake, so you do not have GPS on here. If you think that you're gonna get a GPS lock, you're gonna be mistaken because it's gonna drift. And keep in mind, this is a $100 quad. I'm in this first mode right now. There's not a lot of wind here. Earlier in the day there was a lot of wind. So I'm wondering how this Mobius, or excuse me, the Runcam 2 on there is holding up with my credit card gimbal. And it really does want to climb right away. We've got a friend over here to my right. He has a Parrot Bebop. He's going to be flying. So I'm just going to come down a little closer. We can come in here and take a little droney, as they call them. How's it going, guys? But it really does have a lot of maneuverability. With this copter is really a lot faster than some of the other toy quads that are this size, that have the geared motors on them, the brushed motors. You have a lot more power with this quad with brushless motors on here. Make a huge difference. I've been waiting for these toy quads to finally get brushless motors on them for a long time, because mostly that's what I fly. So we'll go ahead and do a punch out for you real quick. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Tons of punch. A lot like a Phantom 2. Very, very nice. Much nicer than what I've flown on previous models. And they're doing something really nice here, including brushless motors with this quadcopter for essentially $100. Has not been seen before yet that I know of, and I've flown just about all the toy quads. There's a ton of them out there, but we've had a lot on the channel and it sounds really, really smooth in the air. I don't have much angle on my Runcam 2 on here, so it's gonna be pointing fairly straight, but I am in mode 1, flight mode 1, so
I don't have a lot of tilt when I'm flying, so it's fairly horizontal. I'll come back over this way. Now I did label my transmitter. On the bottom right there's a little dial wheel and there's 5 buttons on there. And the left, farthest button to the left doesn't do anything. The middle button on here is going to be your keyless return, and it's going to be a little bit sketchy for the return. It says it does return to home, folks, but it does not do return to home. It is a 1-key return, which means when I hit that button, it's going to head back toward me in my direction. Okay, see how it's coming back? And I'm going to hit that button again, it's going to stop. So it's just going to bring you back in the general direction that you took off from. So it's not a return to home button, but it does bring you back. So if you're way out there, it doesn't matter which orientation you're at, you hit that return button right in the middle here, it's going to bring it back. See how it comes back? And I hit that return button again, 1-key return button, and it turns it off. Just a little demonstration of that. We also have headless mode on here. This is the right button over here. And I'm going to go ahead and start the video. Oh, that's right, I have my Runcam on here. And you've got your video button here, but we have a Runcam on here, so we're not going to use that. And we have a photo button on here, but we're not going to use that because we're using the Runcam. So I should have much smoother video with this credit card style gimbal. I'm going to show you guys how to do that in the studio after we do this flight review. And you can get taller landing gear on this one, and then you can put like a smaller lightweight gimbal on there for a GoPro. But this is definitely like the cheapest brushless motor quadcopter that you can get a GoPro on. No GPS, like I said, but very similar to the Phantom 2. And it is extremely fast. Before I run out of battery, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch into that mode 2 for you and show you how much faster it is on mode 2. Now you got to keep in mind, this is going to be about 3 times as fast as some of the other quads. Now I'm in mode 2 and I'm really able to rip here. I'm flying about half throttle right here, and there's full throttle. Way faster. If you're trying to record video, keep in mind you're going to get some vibration when you're coming down through your prop wash. So it's better to do spiraling down from high altitude to a low altitude. That's what I usually do, spiral down. You get less prop wash because you're flying out of your prop wash when you do it that way. You see how we're coming down and around here. If you come straight down, it's going to give you a lot of wobble. I'm going to do a punch out real quick. Now I'll go back into mode 1. And I'm not able to do a range test out here because I have a kind of a small area that I'm flying in, so I do apologize about that, but copter is performing really well. Very nice. I'm really enjoying the X16. I was looking forward to this one coming out and being able to get a hold of this one, because this is something that I can play around with. I can put taller landing gear on. I can put a motorized gimbal on it. I like to mod stuff and see what I can come up with, especially for the cheaper price. It's really cool. And it flies really, really well too, so it should give you some type of a low voltage. Your lights should start flashing in the back and front when it does get to low voltage. And you can also use those Phantom 2 style props, the 9450s, from what I hear from the other guys on the internet that are doing reviews and mods. So you can order yourself some 9450s. Those are the self-tightening props. gonna look left and right here every once in a while. Got some folks out on the track, so we're not gonna fly out that direction. We got our parrot bebop way up there above me. A lot of action out here today. I'm gonna try to fly a little faster here. This little space that I got, it really does look good in the air. Really cool. Sun's coming out now, so. And now I'm in mode 2, just a little faster. You gotta think about stopping this copter, because it's gonna drift quite a bit when you do turn around. You're not gonna get an instant stop. It will drift a lot, so be prepared for that. You'll fly into a tree if you're not thinking about having a huge turning radius before you get to the trees. But it really does rip around on this battery, and I've still got a pretty nice punch out. I'm gonna go back into mode 1. I want to come in and land because I don't want to kill this battery and just have it drop out of the air. Try to come in and make a nice soft landing. And it does not have altitude hold, folks, so you're gonna have to maintain your throttle and do some throttle management when you're coming in to land. You're gonna have to practice your landings. So it's looking like a nice and stable flyer though, guys. Definitely a thumbs up for me. So to disarm it, down and out to the right, to the bottom outside corners. And also, this on-off button under here does not turn the copter totally off, so don't leave this plugged in your house. I'm going to press stop there on the Runcam. So you want to unplug this battery at home. You hear this beeper start to go off and let you know that it's still plugged in. So that's it for the flight demo, guys. Let's head back in the studio and I'll show you how I made this little credit card gimbal on here. This is pretty cool. I'll see you back in the studio, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back from the field from that flight test. That was a lot of fun with this X16. So I wanted to show you really quickly before I let you go the camera gimbal setup that I used on mine. You probably noticed my video was quite a bit better than some of the other video reviews you've seen out there of this one with a stock camera. Now I wasn't really pleased with the stock video on this X16 camera. It is cool that it records and it has a nice SD card with it, micro SD, but you do get a lot of jello, and this dampening up inside here is just not quite enough dampening to reduce the jello and the severe vibrations that come on this camera. So having brushless motors on here is a huge advantage, by the way. This is a toy quad, so this is one of the first toy grade quads that I've seen brushless motors on, and for around the $100 price range, this is an awesome advantage for you, mainly because a lot of guys just want to put a GoPro on something and fly it. Some of the brushed and geared toy copters out there, they're just not fit for lifting something as heavy as a GoPro and a gimbal. People try to do it and they mod them and they end up putting brushless motors on there. You don't have to do any of that with this one. Your brushless motors are already there, and it's great that they are there. So this little credit card gimbal is super easy to build. It's 2 pieces of credit card. I put 4 holes in the top and bottom plate here. I put a little piece of Velcro in between the camera and that bottom plate, give it a little more dampening, and then I ran a zip tie around the center just to hold it in place while I fly. And I used that same connector piece that goes on the bottom of the X16. I just took this piece off. It was a couple screws here that came out. Set that over to the side. You won't need that. The nice thing is this clips right on there and works great. So if you're looking to get better video with the X16, this is definitely the way to go. This is the way I would recommend it. And you know, save this for another day. This is definitely what I would do. So one more thing before I let you go. I have seen around the internet and on YouTube that people are using Phantom 2 9450 style props on this copter. So you might be able to use the self-tightening style props. I'll try to include a link down below for some of those if you want to try some of those. They're a little more expensive than your X16 props are going to be, but they should be a little more efficient too. So
we'll have to test out those later. But I'm really pleased with the overall performance of this copter, the fact that it does have such a great price point on it, and it's cheaper and it's very powerful, and it's capable of lifting all this stuff here. So thumbs up from me. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5. And the reason I got to go a half star off, maybe because of this that's included with it. But you know what? For the price, you get what you get. You get what you pay for, right? So this has been a review of the Bayangtoys X16. Pretty cool copter. I'm Justin Davis. I will see you guys on the next one.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching that episode. Please do click subscribe so you can see all the newest drones coming out each week on the Drone Camps channel. We're going to show you tons of new stuff coming out in the drone industry. I'm Justin Davis from Drone Camps. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next one.